might be handy.
Go for it.
Well, hello everyone once again. We just had the sprint race and there was no audio, so it would be great if someone in the chat will let us know if the audio is fine this time. Also, the quality on my YouTube is not the best, but we will go for it. My name is RPM Bakker. I'm the commentator and I'm joined by RPM Jones. How are you?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to this race. We've just done a mini commentary by ourselves.
A little warm up for us.
Yeah, exactly. Got our stretchers in.
Yeah, so the 5 race was pretty interesting. Who did you see gaining a lot of positions?
Well, Luke gained a lot of positions up into P2, and Yarmeen's was way up. I think he was up 8 positions or so, maybe further. I think the championship leader Boris only got up to 11th, which he might be a little disappointed with, but it's still progress.
Absolutely, I think every position counts, but the main race, anything can happen. Might even be raining, who knows?
Yeah, and especially into the first turn, it gets very tight very quickly, and you come around there at such a speed, it's very easy to make contact.
Yeah, it is, but looking at this, it is dry, and interesting to see as well is, of course, everyone has a free tire choice right now, all drivers. Are we going to see any medium runners in the top 5, top 10? You won't know it. You raced it yesterday. Were the mediums different compared to the softs?
I mean, I had a strange race because of incidents. I tried to start on the softs to get a good start, but a spin in front of me I crashed into. But I think Matt, who won the race, was on the mediums, and he seemed to have good pace on them from the start.
Yeah, so it might all be quite equal.
Yeah, and it seems to be a few runners on the softs by the looks of it.
We're gonna go to the tire allocation. We see Dragos in P4, the first medium runner already.
So he's one to look out for on strategy.
Absolutely.
The rest of the top 8 are all on soft.
Yeah, I was about to say it, and then we see both Red Bulls are behind each other as well. Deck and us, both on different tires. The championship leader, RPM Boris, on softs as well. And I see Colin joining us in the chat. Good luck for Luke and Craigo. Supporting his Ferrari teammates. So you got any predictions for this race?
I think when unfortunately you couldn't hear us, but in the first race there was some great battling. I think Deck was involved with was it Marco, where they were side by side for the whole lap.
Yeah, that was
so I'm expecting some really good racing, but I'd be very surprised if no one gets damage in the first corner, because it's very tight and almost 3 cars can go into one there, so it can be very difficult through there, as I found out yesterday, unfortunately.
Then we see, I still think this is Loud, as I also saw Loud chatting. So his suspended account is now named Flat, but I'm gonna keep calling him Loud, as we see the drivers making their way to the grid again. Pole for Rodo. Of course, it's not the regular qualifying, but it is his first pole since he started league racing. First pole in RPM as well. He took his first podium last week, so someone to watch out for. Luke P2, I'm trying to get a decent camera angle. I think Yameen's will do. See here the tire strategy of one stop on mediums or hards. Well, the camera is horrible. There you go.
Lights are on, lights are out. Now, okay, let's go.
The famous let's go from RPM Jones. Rodo has a great start, so is Luke. Going on board, and we see Huss already spinning. Same for Boris, I was about to say, but he just lost out a little bit.
4 cars caught up in that. Huss, Shaq, Flying Boy Val, and I think Equal just avoided it.
It's a shame for Flying Boy Val, who also has wing damage. We've seen him in the 5-lapper, not being too lucky after contact with RPM Always Rick. What ended up in drama at Stowe for him. Shaq, we've seen him spinning in the 5-lapper a couple of times as well. Looks like his car is still in one piece. Same for the Red Bull of Huss. So we're moving back to the front again, where we see Rodo almost at a second already in the first lap. Great first lap from him so far.
Yeah, and he's hoping to break the DRS there. Luke's under pressure from the Aston Martin behind.
Yeah, he is. Let's see if we can see any position changes on the first lap. Yeah, we see Always Rick in P8 already gaining 5 positions on the first lap. Also very close behind Laur. But he is very close behind Deck. And yeah, these are some fast guys who will keep. And we lost Jamins. Trying to get a view of that. And I can't because the cars are entering the pit. So Jamins is out. Had a great fire.
And he had a great sprint race, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. So I couldn't really see where it was. We see Harry Hatchet joining us in the chat as well, as usual, supporting his deck. A little bit of stream time for him, since his fans are in the chat. It looks like they're still racing somehow.
Yeah, and it's a big battle going on between the McLarens and Vlad at the moment. Very close racing.
Yeah. I thought there was a VSC going on. My mistake. It's just a yellow flag in sector 1. Who's not disappearing. It looks like
very tight in the midfield there.
Absolutely.
Luke,
so Dragos
Luke and the
really
Aston Martin.
close.
Oh, Aston Martin's through. Vesmussen.
Vesmussina, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, he's through. But they are dropping Marco. Nearly 2 seconds on Marco. And he's in turn dropping Deck. And then it's a real close battle all the way down to about...
Where we see the Aston Martin also
14th.
Taking the fastest lap.
There is so many cars close.
They're almost 3 wide for turn 1 there. We're talking about Boris, Always Rick and Kron. Kron going for a move on the inside there, but Always Rick closing the door on a legal way.
Yeah, and I guess it's nervous for Boris, the championship leader, because obviously there's so many cars close and the battling's intense. You want to just keep it as clean as possible.
Yeah, he had a great start in his main race so far. We've seen him in the 5-lap and gaining 4 or maybe 5 positions. And now he's up to P8 already, so... And on the soft, so that's also what he was aiming for. But in the McLaren sandwich... And Always Rick takes the first penalty of the main race. 3 seconds you've seen was on board with him for a moment where you could clearly see him having a little moment there in Baggett. There's a yellow flag again, and it's Huss in sector 1.
Rick just manages to fend Kron off, but he might... Yeah, he's going to go through on the inside through the chicane.
Kron trying the switchback. Rick lining his car up. perfectly, so Kron can't get the acceleration done.
And both
Well,
Kron and Rick have made up a lot of positions at the start here. They've been gainers at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we see the top three really taking off right now. Can't remember, there's no medium runners in it. Deck is now the first medium runner on grid, fighting with Laur.
And if Deck can get past there, he can really make a go at this for the lead of the race, because that different strategy can really pay dividends for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's also not too bad on ERS, but yeah, nobody really is. Yeah, Marko Salinovic, who is on 40%, looks to be really pushing. Same for Vesmasina, and we see Dragos is off.
Yeah, he's lost his front wing. He's just dropped
Again.
it coming out of the fast right-hander up towards Maggots and Beckett.
Yeah, again, Dragos driving without any assist. So that's no ABS, no TC, Metal Gears, and even no line. So it's absolutely insane if you ask me what he's doing this season. And Kron find his way past always Rick.
Sorry, I've been saying Boris is championship leader. It's Shigs, of course. So as things stand, Boris will be gaining points to put himself into the lead of the championship. So Shigs could really do with clearing some of these cars in front of him soon.
Boris is, yeah, absolutely. And Shigs, who started at P12, I guess. I'm moving to the position changes to see. You know, he even lost the position. So he was in P10 at the start. Looks a little bit stuck in P11 right now, behind Mirko. Also, so we get a battle of the Croatians here.
Yeah, and Vesmasina is gaining on the lead here as well.
Yeah, but I noticed him really pushing his ERS, and now it's interesting. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna go for the moves straight away? Is he gonna hang back a little?
Yeah, he's
save some ERS up,
hasn't he? And Rondo has 46. Interestingly, Luke behind them will be hoping they tangle or something, because he's got 67% ERS, so he's just sticking with them at the moment and keeping it clean.
Yeah, just waiting for his turn. But I'm pretty sure Luke doesn't want this 2.7 seconds to Marco to come closer. So it's going to be interesting what Luke is going to decide, as we see Vesmasina is using his DRS but not his ERS as far as I can see. He might be saving some.
Oh, and Shigs has gone into the pit, so I guess it's a very early stop. Maybe he had an incident that we missed. So the championship leader is now 23 seconds behind 12th.
Yeah, and he's moved on to the mediums as well. You think those go 20 laps? Well, we see Rodo now picking up 3 seconds. They're getting some pressure on the Haas driver right now, and that results in a 3-second penalty for track limits for him. Vesmasina is out of ERS, so the Ferrari of Luke behind is really liking to see that light flash, I guess. Well, multiple drivers pick up penalties right now.
And just looking at the front three here, Luke is on 80% ERS, so he's saving it, whilst the front two, Rodo's on 40% and I'm going to really struggle with this name. It's like Vesmasina is only on 20%. So I wonder if Luke's just waiting until he can get some clear air and try and overcut them maybe.
What I said about the 2.7 seconds lead to Marko Salinovic in P4, he doesn't look to lose out on that. So Luke is doing great on saving his battery. Well, I'm switching to the battle for P. Yeah, it's basically P5. We got a 4-car train here. Laur, Kron, Dek, and Boris. And always Rick seems to drop out a little bit.
Yeah, he's dropped back quite a lot, and he's got another penalty there.
So
But
he's having a
considering he
hard
had
time.
a spin in the sprint race, getting up to 9th in the main race isn't all that bad. And it can be easy to get penalties here.
And here we see Boris going here on deck, placing his car on the outside of Stowe. Now he needs the better traction, lining it up on the inside of the chicane. But Deck brakes late and closes the gap. Great defending there from Deck. And this is not where you want to place your car for a move, and Boris is smart enough to know that.
Good decision making there. There's still 18 laps left. There's no point risking it too soon.
No, absolutely not.
I wish I would
great defending from
yesterday.
I will keep it in mind for tomorrow. We see Boris not going for it now either, but I'm pretty sure Boris doesn't want to stay behind for too long.
Oh, why we've been following that?
Rodo lost out.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, he just lost out to 2 positions, and now Luke has the upper hand here for the lead.
I think Luke seems to have really good pace, and he seems to just be managing the race very well. You know, Vesmacina's on 5% ERS heading up here, and Luke's got
just enough for Luke, for Vesmacina to stay in front of the Ferrari. But we've seen Seb Vettel's his braking in this corner at Max.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see it? No, we're not gonna see that from Luke.
And Kron spun and he's out. He made contact. I was just watching it on board. He just made contact coming round there and just clipped Vlad's back wheel, and that's him into the barrier.
And then we got a full safety car coming now. First car diving in, Shag Attack.
And that's really unfortunate for the leaders, because obviously they'd gone onto the main straight as that incident took place. So the guys further down might be able to jump some people in front of them.
Yeah, it's gonna get really interesting now.
And that was unlucky from Kron. He nearly had the move done, and he just couldn't quite keep it tucked in, and just clipped the back of. Is it Lau that is Vlad?
Yeah, it's Lau.
No, yeah, he just clipped Lau's rear right tyre, and that was it. And once you spin in there, you're going into the barrier very quickly.
People are happy with this safety car, of course. Equal Dragos will not go in. Yeah, he will. He took the hard tires, but decides to box anyway. Going for those medium tires. Huss will definitely... Well, will Huss go in? Yeah, I suspect the entire top 3 to go in as well.
Yeah, on their softs. I think the issue is, for the people on mediums, is it's come too early for them to pit onto the softs. If they're going to pit, they have to go to the hards now.
Yeah, that's the downside of starting on those medium tire. And you can also see the guys who started on mediums all stayed out. So, well, Boris picks a 3-second time penalty.
I wonder if he just ran into the back of someone as he was going into the pits there. Maybe he ran into the back of Lau.
We are gonna see that soon, because maybe he picked up some damage with it as well. On board here with RPM Boris.
No damage.
Doesn't get a wing change, so
unsure.
He's gonna last these mediums to the end. Interesting is that RPM Always Rick is now in the lead of the race.
Oh, he came very close to the safety car there.
Yeah, you don't want to hang that tank.
Maybe he just wanted to get a closer view at the Aston Martin.
Yeah, well, maybe. But
or he's talking to him to tell him to speed up.
Yeah, safety car is so slow, man.
Yeah. I'm sure in his private party he's swearing at this safety car to get a move on.
And Haas gets to overtake Mirko. No, he doesn't. So Haas, who took his pit stop as well.
And a huge winner out of that was Shigs. Boris was going to gain massive points on him for the championship, and now he's got ahead of Boris. Obviously on 3 lap older tyres. But in the championship standings, that could be a huge moment.
Yeah, absolutely. As we can see, the only cars who got some laps on their tyres are Shigs. Always Rick and Mirko both got 9 on them, so they will need to box.
And interestingly, 7th, 8th and 9th in this race is 3rd, 2nd and 3rd in the championship. So some people could be gaining, and those guys are going to be battling hard because it's going to really affect the championship, any points gained.
A lot of drivers will be happy with this safety car. But we see Flying Boyvel, the first car who needs to catch the queue. Same for Equal and Dragos, and Hus decides to go in again. Being lapped already. In this case, it's very unfortunate the game doesn't allow you to overtake it.
I actually think that Mirko and Rick might have made an alright decision here, because we could get another safety car, and it's too early to pit off those mediums, and I think ideally they don't want to be going onto the hards. So they'll have clear air, and I hope that the battling behind them starts slowing all the other cars down.
Yeah, it's a huge gamble, of course. Also, the laps they still need to do on it if they gamble on a second one, because we've seen yesterday that the most medium runners pit around lap 14, 15. So is it worth it to stay out for only 3 laps?
Yeah, I mean, it could buy them an extra 2 or 3, because if they've been behind a safety car, and they could have really fresh softs and be quite punchy at the end. But it's a bold strategy, but I think effectively, if it works for Mirko, he's 4th in the championship, and 1st, 2nd and 3rd are down in 7th, 8th and 9th, so that could maybe push him towards the top of the championship.
Yeah, and let's not forget we get the same fights in turn 1, 2 and 3 again.
Yeah.
Is Dragos able to
It's going to be interesting to see what Rick does off the start here and when he goes. I know Matt Johnston in low gear did a really nice start yesterday and caught a lot of people out.
And Dragos is on the back of the safety car queue right now in Maggots and Baggots, so we might go racing at the end of this lap, and there you have it. Safety car in this lap.
And it's a shame for Huss, because he's, with the way this game works, he's ended up a lap down from that safety car. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way the game works at times. It's really frustrating.
We see Rick not letting the safety car escape yet. Might slow down a little because the game has a glitch. If you overtake it while he's in the pit lane, it can result in a disqualification as well. When is Rick gonna go? He's still waiting, and there he goes. We're on racing again in mid-gear.
He caught Mirko out. He's got 8 temps on him already.
We see a battle already. It's Luke under pressure from Rodo. Seen Vesmina going a little bit wide. Don't see any position changes yet. Trying to get a bit of a better view. Looking at the championship 1, 2 and 3.
Oh, and Rodo and Luke got very close there. Rodo nearly clipped Luke's back left tyre.
Here we see Rick still in the lead.
Yeah. And Mirko's going to be under massive pressure from these guys on the fresh mediums behind him. Rick could just do with him holding the others up, ideally for his race.
Well, Vesmina now also picks up a penalty, so that's the provisional 1, 2 and 3 on fresher tyres. Luke is the only one without a penalty.
Yeah, and if Luke can keep it clean, he's got a very good chance at a win here. I mean, he's had really good pace as well.
And Luke is very close to Vesmina as well. So is Vesmina going to risk the move against the older tyres of Mirko? Or is he now going to do what Luke did? Try keep up, save your ERS. As much as possible, of course. And we see Boris very close to Shakes now as well. Boris, who changed his name, he was named Boris F1 until last week when he decided to go with the RPM tag, what we much appreciate, of course.
Or is that just because he's been playing a bit more F2 recently? Can't decide if it's F1 or F2.
Yeah, or he just loves RPM. Can't blame him for that.
Yep. We all love it with some close racing here.
Shakes really close. Oh, even needed 2 gear shifts back in Cops. We don't see that a lot. But it looks like Shakes carries way more speed than Boris in it. We see Deck going wide. And Shakes left the session. So that means Shakes disconnected our championship leader.
Oh, and that's huge.
Because he's not allowed to join back. Official RPM rules state that rejoining in the race is forbidden.
And that's unfortunately the way the game works. It's very glitchy when someone joins back in. But the only thing that can help Shigs here, obviously he's going to lose out, but Lau and Boris, who are his tightest title rivals, are only in 7th and 8th, so it's not going to be the massive point gain they're hoping for.
But if we would finish it right now, of course, we got always Rick will fall back 6 seconds. So Laura might even be looking for a P2 already, penalty-wise, while we see Craigo falling down the table and also a yellow flag. So I'm afraid he had a little spin.
Yeah.
Also noticed Luke getting past Vesmina in the final corner, but Vesmina crossed it back. So Luke is not planning on waiting, but we see Mirko pick up another penalty. He's on 6 seconds now as well.
Yeah, and I think Vesmina, Luke and Rodo will be desperate to get past Mirko when they can, but it's just a DRS train at the moment, so it's just so difficult to actually catch.
Absolutely, it's 8 cars, all in 1 second of each other.
And Lau got very close to Marco. You might have a look at him coming into the final corners.
It's very close racing here and also respectful racing. You see a lot of drivers taking the better of it, lifting, not taking risk in some corners.
Yeah, there's still 10 laps to go, so...
Yeah, and they of course know that the cars in front, P1, P2, they still need to pit. And yeah, it's just P1 and P2 who still need to pit. Haas already made 4 pit stops. Don't know what he's doing there while stopping, but it must be very enjoyable. Not his race, unfortunately, today, while we see Shakes rejoining. Damage already done in P14, also not according to the RPM rules. You see Luke really close to Vesmina now, also having way more ERS than he has.
Looks like he might have Rick here by the end of this straight.
Craigo, unfortunately, having another moment. Oh, and there's some contact. And Rick decides to go in. So he's gonna get those soft tires on. But
And
we've
look
seen
how
the
tight
gaps.
this is behind Mirko now. There's
Now
4
got
cars within a second of each other.
Yeah, it's really close now. And yeah, my timing tables work again. I had a little bit of a mess up there. And you see Rick deciding to stay out, of course, but...
Oh, and Shiggs has spun. And Ves Messina is through to first place here. And Luke will be
and
getting
Rodo's
desperate
there
to
side by side now.
Luke's got the inside line.
Are they going to do this together? I'm waiting for
And
2 of them
Luke's
to do
out of
it.
But that's going to help Ves Messina massively as he can stretch his legs. But as I say, that looked like he got a warning.
10-second penalty for exceeding the track limit.
Rodo's got a 6-second penalty. I mean, Luke is still looking good for the win. He just could do with getting past Mirko soon, otherwise he's going to be held up.
Well, he might be hoping on getting 1, maybe 2 positions and actually push them in the lap of Marco behind.
Yeah.
Because of course he knows Marco Salinovic is not on any penalties either, so an overtake on Luke will be one for the win at this moment.
Yeah, I think the thing though now is Mirko on those old mediums is slowing down the guys behind him, and the Aston Martin out in front is really starting to open up a gap now, up to 1.4.
Yeah, really pushing his ERS as well. We see Rodo and Mirko side by side. Looked like there was a little bit of contact there. We see Shiggs retiring in the pit lane.
And Luke just can't. He's going to have to wait and be patient, I think, and try and get Mirko after Maggots and Beckett's down the straight.
But out of all cars on track, Luke, well, except for always Rick, who just made a stop, of course, and Craigo, Luke has a massive advantage on the ERS.
Yeah. But he just can't. It's the DRS train that's really hurting him here. He just can't. And that Mirko seems to have a setup that's very quick in a straight line. But he's got him here around the outside, going on. Oh, and Mirko pits.
So Mirko in as well. Gonna go for 9 laps. Oh, we see Boris and Loud. Boris making a move there on Loud. Boris moving into P5. Having that 3-second penalty, but yeah, anything can happen. If you can find the pace in the last few laps, of course you can get rid of those 3 seconds. Oh, we see Luke inside DRS still. That's really helping him out as well. He can now push his ERS to get to Rodo.
Yeah. And he just needs to be patient here, Luke. As long as he stays within 3 seconds of Ves Messina, he's got the win. Now Boris should be hoping to get, maybe there'll be some team orders with Marco here to let Boris through, because he's got the 3-second penalty.
I know they share a party, so they might want to get,
straight,
like you said, Boris passing Marco, and Marco maybe holding up Loud a little.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this lap.
We see a lot of penalties being picked up this race. Marko Solidovic, he is putting fastest lap right now. So
yeah,
while Rodo is out of his ERS, while Luke is behind with 70% of ERS and getting DRS as well.
I mean, that's the issue for Boris here, is Marco's really quick, but in a championship battle, it makes sense to let Marco get ahead of Lau as far up the road as he can. But if Marco's got the pace, that's a tough decision to make.
Yeah, absolutely. We see always Rick taking it now on those fresh softs. P11 and 13 seconds behind Equal, so I think P11 will be it for Rick if there isn't happening anything strange. Let's hope not. Crego in the pits as well. He went for a new set of softs, I guess.
And Luke is got a run on Rodo now. He's gone down the inside. And he's got him before the corner. Lovely move.
Great move. Also, really what he hoped for, because he already sees the light of Fast Messina blinking, knowing he's out. And now he has a little bit of a gap to Marco Salinovic. He has a car in between, and that's lovely for the Ferrari driver to have.
And Shaq is actually gaining on Lau here, which Boris would be hoping he can get past.
Yes, Shaq, I don't know where he found it, but he found the pace all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was kind of, I mean, I don't know where he was all race.
Rodo for a move on Luke again. And those guys are switching positions. Luke backing out earlier than Rodo, and Luke is back in P3.
And I bet the Aston Martin on board is very happy seeing that change happening on the leaderboard.
Just to keep them pretty battling. Sure. 6 seconds, 6 laps remaining. I don't know how many penalties. So Fast Messina only has 3 seconds, so there might be something in it.
1.8 ahead of Luke at the moment. So we need to find 1.2 seconds.
So 1.8, yeah, it's 2.1 on Luke now. And this battling costs a lot of time for Luke.
Yeah.
Who's gonna go for a move again into Stowe? No. Thought about it, but...
And Shaq is passed on Lau, and Lau spun. Oh, that's terrible for his championship. Because he had no penalties as well, so he would have effectively got ahead of Boris. He stayed in 7th, but those tyres will be struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. And also seeing Shaq already 3:10 since he passed Lau to Boris, even in the RS range. And Boris is not gonna like this.
Here, Shaq. If he can get to these guys quick and get some moves on, he could be on the podium. I mean, it's looking like Luke, Marco and Shaq could be the ones to get on the podium if they keep this pace up.
You see Crego picking up a 3-second time penalty. I have a quick look if there's any back markers coming up to the lead soon. No, there's not. I don't think they will play a role anyway. Huss is just entering sector 1. Crego getting onto the Hamilton straight. So Hamilton straight. Crego still a little bit struggling because he moved to a wheel for
Luke's
this year.
Ahead. Let's Stowe again. That seems to be where all the action's happening at the end of the DRS zone.
Now we got Luke in P2 again, and within those 3 seconds to Fast Messina, so he might want to be really pushing right now, because you've seen Rodo having way more speed on the straights. It looked like a little bit of a moment now for Rodo on the exit. And it's 6/10. Is it enough for the Haas to make the move back? I don't think it.
Yeah.
He's not coming close enough.
Even with the DRS, he just didn't.
And we lost Deck. The Deck retired in the pit lane.
Probably a bit too late for a safety car, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he retired himself in the pit lane, so we're not getting anyone.
Oh, it's just a yellow flag then, yeah.
So gives a free position to his teammate Huss, who I want Huss and Grebo, I wanted to say that before Luke started to overtake. A big shout out to these two who didn't retire their car, kept it sticking in.
Yeah, and obviously you get points for top 15 and
they just got them now.
Yeah, and he'll get one extra, so he'll get 2 points from that Huss, and they can matter whether he even decides to go on and put some fresh softs on and try and steal a fastest lap.
Yeah, it's currently for RPM, is it Rick, I guess? Yeah, it's 29.1.
And Rodo's close behind Luke again here, just 2 tenths.
And Luke now in the DRS range as well of Vesmacina, so...
And that'll help with his defence from Rodo.
Yeah, he's getting it as well, and that might help Luke out a lot now.
And Shaq is just dropping back off the Alpines. The Alpines seem to be helping each other around at the moment, but Boris is getting very close to Marco here.
Marco is also out of ERS, so Rodo going for a move? No. It did look like it from the onboard of Marco Solidovic there.
Yeah, always just a little bit too far back.
Moving on to the rest of the grid, someone who we didn't notice, we didn't talk about a lot this race so far, but Flying Val back up in P8. Started last, of course, after the crash in the sprint quali. Keeping it clean, no penalties, into P8 again. I believe he even had wing damage on the first or second lap.
Yeah, a really good recovery from him this race. It just shows it's worth just sticking in it and just hoping that things happen.
Absolutely, and we see the Alpine team orders coming through right now. Marco let Boris pass, and by that he got Shack Attacker right behind him right now. He was on 8 tenths on Boris.
Yeah, Shaq, it did seem like he was struggling to catch them for a while. He'd caught them right up and then seemed to drop back a bit, but whether... I mean, they're all on similar length of time on the tyres, so it's effectively just racing for position now.
Yeah, it is, and they're all pushing. That's one thing, that's for sure. And Luke is very close to Vesmacina right now. And I know how tempting
very close
it is.
To Marco as well, incredibly close.
Yeah, we still got this.
See the move. We might see the what may be called the Verstappen-Hamilton corner. No, thinks better of it.
And I also know what Luke is going through and how tempting it is to get that on track position as well. But
the safe thing is just to stay behind, isn't it, at the moment?
Absolutely. Ferrari will be gutted with that win for him. Are very pleased, I mean, of course. Would be a bit strange if they are gutted with it.
But he's really close behind Vesmacina now. Just needs to just keep it really tight. No mistakes now.
Also seeing Flying Val coming very close to his teammate now.
And Boris, he's closing in on the front three as well. I mean, he's got the 3-second penalty, but he will take... I mean, it will end up being Marco on third position as things stand. Because of Rodo's 6-second penalty.
Yeah. They might even hope that...
And Shaq might even get...
Yeah, if Shaq gets past, it gives him a podium. See Huss
I'm just trying to
now.
Calculate with the times. Can I change from leader? Shaq is 3.2 behind Vesmacina in the lead, so if he can find 2 tenths, he will end up third place. Marco in second and Luke in first. So everything still could change from where we are. And unfortunately, the Alpine team orders hasn't worked, has it really? Because Boris just...
I think it was a bit too late.
Yeah. He hasn't managed to catch. And Marco's going back past. It's almost like they're listening to us, Backer.
Yeah. Maybe they got a little radio in their car. YouTube live stream.
Yeah, and they won't be the only ones loving tuning into the RPM tonight.
And we see the both Alpha Tauris. Well, not really.
Oh, and while we're watching that,
positions
Luke got him on track. Luke's leading.
Did Luke go for a move in turn 1?
He's had the temptation and he's done it.
And it's on the final lap as well.
He's got more ERS than Vesmacina, but not a whole lot more.
Might be just enough to survive this first DRS though. And
it's going to get hairy out of Maggots and Beckett's though, isn't it, up towards Stowe? That's where the DRS seems most powerful.
Yeah, but I've been on board with Luke a couple of times now, and his lines to Maggots and Beckett's are really satisfying. So,
yeah. No, he's had great pace tonight, Luke, and deserving winner if he gets it. Shaq is now 3.2 behind Vesmacina still. He needs to find 2 tenths to get that 3rd position. Marco will take second.
Vesmacina has a great exit on Maggots and Beckett, so 5% ERS. Luke giving it all he got to defend, not closing the inside, going for the outside, and Vesmacina is through once again.
Yeah, but clever by Luke. There was no point taking any risks.
Not taking the risk. And we got our on-track winner crossing the line right now. It's Vesmacina in the Aston Martin, but of course he will lose it. Luke getting to P2 and winning the race.
Shaq misses out by a tenth. Was it a tenth? No, 8 tenths in the end.
8 tenths.
He was just battling with Boris at the end.
So the final results will be Luke winning the race, Marko Salinovic in P2, Vesmacina takes P3 after all, Shaq Attack in P4, great race. Boris, great main race from him as well in P5. Rodo unfortunately takes the pole, had a great race, but the 6 seconds didn't help him out. Laur in P7, his teammate Flying Boy Vel in P8. Equal, great recovery drive from him as well. After a difficult sprint quali and a difficult race. P9, Dragos, the first McLaren on track in P10. Mirko, unfortunate race for him. The strategy didn't work out as he hoped to. Same for always Rick. They're lining up in P11 and P12. Grego, great mentality from him, keeping it going. P13, and then we got us in the Red Bull also not backing out and just keeping it going, finishing in P14. Well, that was quite an interesting race, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Really good racing from everyone as well. Really tight racing, they kept it clean.
Shaq Attack getting the driver of the day, and we see Luke with his cell phone. Might be live on Instagram already.
Well, by the looks of it, celebrating his win on the Discord. I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, that might be as well. Might be his Ferrari team on the other side of that screen. So it's the Dutchman taking the win. I see Jan van der Meijden reacting super Luke in the chat. I'm suspecting that's his dad. So a big congratulations to Jan as well. Marko Salinovic and Vesmacina P2 and P3. So the Dutchman wins, followed by 2 Croatians, and the first British driver on the grid, Shaq Attack, P4. Well, I see our race winner already. Oh, Richard now saying it's Opa, so then Richard might be the dad. Did you invite all our...
Yeah, I think Marco's joined, and I think, has Luke already joined?
Yeah. We got the race winner in. I'm gonna try get to the menu, get that weird fancy stuff.
And we've got all three.
What Rick always does. But takes a little bit of a delay getting out of the lobby. What a race, what a race. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, some great racing. It really does make for good racing around Silverstone.
Absolutely. So moving into the showroom now, where Luke, Marco, and Vesmacina, their car is all lined up and shining already again.
Aston Martin are not entirely
No.
new.
There you go. Starting with Vesmacina, are you here?
Yeah,
Great racing from you, mate. It
thank
was.
you.
It looked tough out there. It was really, really close.
Yeah,
I believe it was the P1, P8. It was all within 2 seconds. How did you enjoy your race around here?
yeah, it was very fun.
It's
It
very
was
fun.
interesting.
Yeah, it looked very interesting as well. It was hard to keep up for us as comms as well.
Yeah,
You got any questions for him as well, Jones?
Yeah, just
No.
every time we seem to flick away from the battle to something else, there was an overtake. But how did you find it today? You had to obviously defend hard against Luke and who was it behind there? Mirko, was it behind?
yeah, he was. It was tough, you know. He's clean driver and he's good.
Yeah, you handled the pressure really well tonight. And a great
Yeah.
race.
Thank you.
And then we're going to move on to our P2. Pritsy will love this.
Hi.
I'm leaving the questions to Jones. He's a better questioner than I am.
I'm not sure about that. I've
First
already
of
run
all,
out.
congratulations from me as well, Marco. Great P2 from you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, and how did you find the race? It was how was the sprint race for you as well? It makes a lot more. I found it really intense yesterday, going from one race to the next. You have to keep your focus. How did you find it?
I was with the deck for 3 laps and it was fun. It was clean, good.
Yeah, we saw that you were going side by side literally the whole way round. It was unbelievable racing.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was great. Unfortunately, we don't have the comms on it on the sprint race because of a technical fault, but that was great. That was great.
The
Your
commentary
entire
was
race.
brilliant though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it was just
shame you
silent
can't
for
hear
everyone
it. Great race,
was
great
it- was
result as
there-
well.
Was there any team orders with Boris towards the end? We saw you switch positions a couple of times. Was that based on the championship?
I lost DRS, who was in front of me, I don't know. And he had 3 seconds and we tried to defend from shock. He
Yeah,
pushed me.
yeah.
He dragged me in DRS and that was it.
Yeah, it was a tough race to manage for sure, but you did really well.
Yeah. I didn't expect it. I don't like
Yeah.
this. Mr.
Great result.
No, I know that I don't like it, but I'm not good.
Yeah, and we've got Matt Johnston also very happy for Alpine tonight and for you getting your podium, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And then we go to the last but not least. Luke, Super Luke. Congratulations on your win, buddy.
Thank
Great
you.
race.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, it looked like it all came together for you in the sprint race, in the main race.
Yeah, I knew from the practice I do have some pace, but I didn't know the other guys. And then I had the battle in the beginning, and I saw them picking up penalties, so I was like, just follow them in the DRS and then saving my ERS on the straight. And I want at the last lap, I got hit from in the last corner actually in the back, so I almost got spun around, and but I saved it. So yeah, great.
A very important save for you as well.
It would have costed me the win there.
Absolutely, yeah. You once again have a very clean race from you. Great pace as well today. Do you ever watch your own lines through magazine brackets? Because I was saying on stream against Jones, they are absolutely satisfying.
Yeah, the maggots and rackets, I think I really like that part of the track, so I know the standard line which I have to take, and it seems like I'm gaining enough to get a good exit, so all the time I was trying to nail that section so I could follow in the DRS and not lose a position at behind. But yeah,
Yeah.
these are satisfying corners if you nail them.
Yeah, well, we also noticed the cars in front, both Messina and Rodo, who was in front of you for a while, having way more speed on those straight lines. So you needed to nail them as well, because by the looks of it, you had more of a less of a downforce setup, more a bit balanced.
Yeah, I just tried different setups and this one felt right, and then I was just hoping to get the best exits and save my ERS on all the other parts of the track in the corners, and I just tried to manage it, and then DRS following the DRS and ERS, and it worked out. So pretty happy with that.
So are we. You got any questions, Jones?
Just congratulations to Luke. Great race, and okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. We got it.
Well,
Awesome race.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Then that might be it for mid-gear. Apologize to Jan and Richard from my side, Luke, please. I switched them around. But
Yeah.
congratulations one more time. And this was it for RPM Esports mid-gear. We've seen second Ferrari win of the season in mid-gear. Hopefully for Ferrari, of course. Many more to come, but you never know around this track or in any other tracks. That's it for me. You got anything to say to the viewers?
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and great race, and RPM's back tomorrow again with high gear.
Oh yeah, I also almost forgot about that. Tune in. I'll be in action as well. Thanks for joining me, Jones.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good evening, everyone.